Well, in Kenya, police have clashed with opposition protesters who are angry over the rising cost of living. Police fired tear gas and water cannon as crowds defied a ban on demonstrations in the capital, Nairobi. Opposition leader Raila Odinga joined demonstrators, demanding the government respect Kenyans' right to protest. The opposition has called for renewed demonstrations on Thursday. Well, let's get more on this from DW correspondent Felix Maringa, who's in Nairobi. Felix, great to see you. Can you talk us through what is happening in Kenya at the moment?
So it's just a few minutes past 6 p.m. here in Kenya, and the demos for today have just ended. Raila Odinga had his supporters. We are standing in Kibra, where he's just finished addressing his people, and he was redirected towards a place known as Karen, where his residence is. So if you can see behind me, there is some police who are still putting up a barricade that had been put so that Raila Odinga will not be able to access this as a side of the central business district. So all the activities have been cordoned off in Kibra, where he enjoys a massive support.
Tell us, Felix, these protests are about the rising cost of living in Kenya. Tell us a little bit about what the demands are of the demonstrators.
So the demands by Raila Odinga and his team are, first and foremost, he's calling for electoral justice. He still maintains that the last election in August 2022, he was bundled out by the Electoral Commission, and he's saying that if anything is to progress in Kenya, then there needs to be electoral reforms. Other things that they have raised include the government addressing the high cost of living. They've also talked about the government fulfilling the election promises that were given ahead of the August 2022 election. So those are some of the things that Raila Odinga and his team have actually raised as the main issues for their protests.
Going forward, Felix, what can we expect? Is there anything planned? We know on Thursday that there's a call as well for demonstrations, right?
Absolutely. So Raila Odinga last week said that the demonstrations will be taking place every Monday and Thursday. So today the demonstrations have taken place, and constitutionally they're supposed to end at 6 p.m. So they've just ended. On Thursday they'll be taking place again. But religious leaders and people from across the board have come asking the government, the president and Raila Odinga to actually come together and have dialogue. President Ruto has remained adamant, saying he won't have negotiations with Raila. Raila Odinga has also said that he won't stop the demonstrations until either the demands are fulfilled or they have a dialogue with the president. And that is where the situation stands at.
Thanks, Felix. Felix Maringa in Nairobi.